Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for this evening's RTC TV4 coverage, where the Caston Comets play host to the Lewis Cass Kings. I'm Blair Zimmerman. Joining me in the booth tonight is Aubrey Degg. You'll recognize that name if you've watched our Lady Comets coverage. Aubrey, good to have you. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing great, actually. Kind of nervous because it's my first time, but I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to start coming naturally. So I hope to see some good basketball tonight.
Absolutely. We just watched the JV Comets with a fairly commanding, I think it was an 8-point win over the JV Kings. I can say that the junior varsity was a very aggressive game. So I'm not sure, I can't help but imagine that the varsity game is going to be just as exciting to watch. As usual, we have Taylor Duncan on camera. We'd have him say hello, but all he's got is a headset. So just remember, if you like the camera footage, if you don't like the camera footage, that's Dunkachino. All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We've got a lot in store, but just in case you're not familiar with your Caston Comets, we've got some quick introductions from the guys. We're going to roll those, and we'll be right back here on RTC TV4.
I'm Mark Smith, number 11, senior center.
Levi Lau, 10, senior guard.
My name's Wyatt Brummett. I'm number 3, and I'm a junior guard.
I'm Luke Lau. I'm number 4, and I'm a junior guard.
Hunter Shane Lama, we're number 13. I'm a junior. I play center.
I'm Mike Rands, number 33, and I'm a junior forward.
Jesse Rock Wolf, number 22. I'm a sophomore guard.
I'm Cameron Klein, number 12, sophomore guard.
You're watching RTC TV4.
And you're watching RTC TV4.
You're watching RTC TV4.
And that is your Caston Comet lineup. A bunch of great guys. I know they've been working hard, and it showed as they opened their season last week with a win against Lakeland Christian. Of course, anybody who's watched that footage will remember all of my confusion as Lakeland Christian was wearing Comets travel jerseys. Happy to say that tonight Lewis Cass brought their own jerseys, so I don't have any extra help for making mistakes. So, yeah. Anyway, the JV game ran just a little bit long, so we do have just under 12 minutes before tip-off. So we're going to step away for a few words from our sponsors. Stay tuned. You're watching the Caston Comets on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us tonight on RTC TV4, where you're going to be very shortly watching the Caston Comets taking on the Lewis Cass Kings here at the Crater. Once again, I'm Blair Zimmerman, joined in the booth by Aubrey Degg, and just over 10 minutes remaining until tip-off. Halftime, we'll try to have some stats for you. They will probably be wildly inaccurate as I am attempting to track the stats. And then post-game, win, lose, or draw, we will be joined here in the booth by Coach Carl Davis, and he'll have some coaches' comments on the games. Always look forward to seeing what he has to say. He's definitely been a positive influence here for the Comets going into his second year of coaching. It's been really refreshing to see the interactions between him and the guys. So, of course, you deal. Well, I guess he's a junior high teacher, but you've run into him in the halls as a student. I mean,
I remember when I was in elementary, junior high, more elementary. He was here as the girls' coach, so I actually got to attend some open gyms under him, and he was a really great coach. He was really there for the team. He really knows the game of basketball and understands that it takes more than one person to build a team. So.
Absolutely. Last year I know that the guys relied really heavily on just a couple of players. One thing that really struck me last week in the season opener is that it doesn't feel at all like a one-man show this season. We had Mike Rands and Luke Lau with tons of rebounds, and as you know as a player, those rebounds are key.
Oh, yeah.
Because every rebound you give up is an opportunity that the other team, whether it's offensive or defensive rebound, that's an opportunity that the team has to put more on the board and just make it that much harder to come away with the win.
See, that's what makes or breaks a team. You can have a really amazing team, but if you don't rebound, then even the worst team is gonna beat you.
Yeah, I remember I would have been in high school, so you weren't even thought of yet, Aubrey. And I was listening to the radio as I was getting ready for school one morning, and I remember the DJ talking about a college game the night before. And there was two of the best-ranked college basketball offenses that both teams had no defense. And the final score, it set records because I think both teams were over 200 on the final score, just because they both had a great offense and absolutely no defense, and it let the score run up. So, all right, so tonight coming into this matchup, I'm just looking it up now, Lewis Cass is even split 1-1. Caston only has played so far their season opener, so they're 1-0. John Harrell stats are predicting Cass to come away with the win. We're going to hope that that's incorrect, but they've won 20 out of the last 29 matchups between our two schools, so they definitely have some inertia behind them coming into this matchup. And at our last meeting, it was this past February, and they won it very handily by 40 points. So, but that was last year, that was last season. We saw last week that it really feels like a different Comets crew. So we're hoping for a different outcome tonight. Well, just over 6 minutes before your tip-off tonight, go ahead and go make your popcorn, get your drinks, and then stay tuned here on RTC TV4 to watch your Caston Comets play the Lewis Cass Kings. Unless, of course, you're joining us from the Walton area, and then you can watch your Lewis Cass Kings take on our Caston Comets. And, hey, we welcome every view on the website. So thank you for joining us tonight. This is RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And welcome back to RTC TV4. You're watching live coverage of the Comets basketball playing host to the Lewis Cass Kings. Aubrey and I were just talking off air about last season and the way it looked. We're watching the warm-ups here, and last season really felt like a one-man show. Of course, Brandon Kinzer, just an absolutely phenomenal ball handler, a great scorer. Of course, we can't forget Hunter Shainlaub down in the post, grabbing rebounds, putting them back up. Kind of that unsung hero. He put a lot of points on the board last year. but it really did. It felt like a one or two man show, and I hope anybody watching from any other family doesn't think that we're being down. It's just that's kind of the sense. I remember when Brandon graduated, the guys had this sense of, oh no, what are we going to do next year? And with every league of basketball aside from the pros, with every league of athletics aside from the pros, you're going to run your athletes through in 3 or 4 years. And I tend to go back to cross country because I coach that, and I remember, here just a couple of years ago when your sister graduated and she was leading scorer for the cross country team, and the girls cross country team were just terrified. How are we going to do it without Adriana? And then you guys came back the following year and won conference
Ladies
again.
and gentlemen, the school songs. First for the Lewis Gas Kings.
It's a problem when a program begins to rely on a single individual because, like you mentioned,
very stuck in that cycle, and then when suddenly that cycle is messed up, you don't know what to do because usually a lot of people aren't set for change.
Right.
And that's been a big problem for our programs lately is we've had a lot of change, a lot of coaches coming in and out, a lot of star players that have been leaving,
right.
And younger generations don't know how to react to this when that's who they've been looking up to since
right.
7th grade.
And it's all good and fine to have a role model. It's good and fine, I know last year you guys counted, not entirely, but you guys counted a lot on Ashlyn. And, of course, Ashlyn down here in the stands to watch her little brother play tonight. But, that we've seen from you guys playing so far this year. Ashlyn was a great player. She was not the program. You guys are doing great in your own right. Of course, you guys are starting to, you've had several years now with Coach Helmick, so you guys, for all the ups and downs, you guys are coming together and learning how his program works. So that's adding to that stability that you were just talking about. And the guys, it's good to see them being comfortable with Coach Davis because he is just into his second year as the boys varsity coach. So, just under 2 minutes now on the clock as we're leading up to the starting lineups and opening tip-off.
Not as big as a crowd this week as there was last week, though.
Yeah, that's a little surprising, just by virtue of the fact that last week was a season opener against a small school.
And it was a very good game, too. I mean, we had a lot of students here. We had a lot of adults here. Everyone was very into it. And, I mean, there was so many more here. And now there's a lot of patchy areas. But it'll still be a good game. We appreciate the people that still did come to support.
"65 seconds now. Get this ball in play and have something more exciting to look at than the Comets logo in the center of your screen."
The IHWA, along with Caston High School, expects good sportsmanship from all participants and spectators. Unsportsmanlike conduct, such as vocally criticizing, the use of profanity, or unsuitable comments towards players, officials, or other spectators is inappropriate and unacceptable. We thank you for your cooperation.
All right. Hopefully we'll have a live vocalist for our anthem tonight so we don't have to mute.
Now it is time if everyone would rise and remove your hats and join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And it is a canned anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be muting the audio. We'll be right back. And we are back.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Caston High School
right.
for tonight's varsity basketball game.
Got some starting lineups coming out. Let's see who's going to start this for us.
And the home team on the scoreboard, your Caston Comets. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Lewis Cass Kings.
So the Lewis Cass Kings starters.
6'2" and a junior, number 3, Easton
Junior,
Good.
number 3, Easton Good.
At a guard, 6'1", and junior, and number 12, Isaac Chambers.
Junior, number 12, Isaac Chambers.
At a guard, he's 5'10", junior, number 14,
Junior, number 14, Garrett McLeland.
At a guard, 6 foot, and a sophomore, number 22.
Sophomore,
Blaine
number
Rudd.
22, Blaine Rudd.
And at the forward, 6'2", and a sophomore, number 42.
And sophomore,
Carson
number
Vest.
42,
The Kings
Carson
are coached
Vest.
by Mr. Josh Burkett.
And Josh Burkett is the Lewis Cass coach. Now the Caston Comets.
And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Caston Comets. At guard, 5'7", and a junior, number 3.
Junior, number 3,
Brummett.
Wyatt Brummett.
At a guard, 6 foot, and a junior, number 4.
Junior, number 4, Luke Lau.
At a guard, 5'11", and a sophomore, number 12.
Sophomore, number 12, Cameron Klein.
Forward, he's 6'6", he's a junior, number 13.
Junior, number 13, Hunter Shainlaub.
And a forward, 6'3", and a junior, number 33.
And junior, number 33, Mikey Rands. He's going to listen to this broadcast one day and he'll say, "Why are you calling me Mikey?" And I don't know, I always do.
Good luck to both teams.
Of course, as we mentioned, the Comets are coached by Mr. Carl Davis.
Officials for tonight's varsity game, Jamie Myers, Randy Clayton, and Bruce Klanowski.
Okay, I've already forgot. Do you remember who was the center for the Kings? Is that number 3?
Nope.
He looks to be the tallest on the floor. I think you should play center.
There was one game at Vincent's camp where it was our last game. It was a fun game, and the other team didn't want to play a fun game, so we changed up the rules. And point guards went to posts, and I ran all the post positions and actually scored quite a few points. I even blocked out girls, got over the backs. I mean, we actually ended up only losing by 3. We were supposed to get creamed.
So you should play post more often. We're gonna have to kick Klingler out of post and put you there. All right, moment we've been waiting the last 15 minutes for. Here's our opening tip-off. Hunter has a height advantage here.
Suppose we'll see him dunk tonight?
I'm gonna guess not, but anything can happen. All right, so we start out with the Kings in possessions. We got number 3 driving to the basket, attempts to lay it up under Hunter Shainlaub's arm.
That was a very good move, very quick. I always think it's cool to see guys' teams compared to girls' teams. They move the ball so much more efficiently. Even the best girls' teams don't move it.
Wow, with the 3-pointer to open the game. Yeah, we've talked about that I feel like the girls' game is a little bit more pure, a little bit more fundamental. The guys' game they move the ball more.
There could have been a steal there.
It's a little bit more of an aggressive game for the guys, and so it ends up a little showier, I think. But I feel like it loses some of the purity. Ooh, a pass over to Hunter Shainlaub, and he about loses it between his legs. Back up to the volleyball line to Luke Lau, looking to set up his play. Luke Lau has been a great ball handler in the last, game and a quarter. Kicks it over to Wyatt Brummett at 3-point line. Brummett under heavy coverage there by number 12, Isaac Chambers.
And that's a foul.
He's going up for the shot. Foul there was on number 12, Isaac Chambers. That'll be his first. And that's the dubious honor of first in the game.
It's always rough to hear that you got the first foul and only a few minutes into the game. I know when I get the first foul or even a foul in the first quarter, it always just kind of weighs on me, and I worry about how the next few quarters are going to go.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a fine game to be in the game but not get in your own head, and we can see that from up here as the game wears on. Wyatt Brummett, second shot up, it's off the mark.
Rebound, yeah.
Shane Love turns that into a three-point play. Comets now leading 6-0 with 6:42 left in the first.
The Kings didn't really have any block out on that one. He just went right down the lane for that.
Rams reaching in with the steal, can't quite complete on that.
They're going back. And
Rams
Mike
with
ends
that
up
rebound.
That's a foul.
Number 22 there? Yeah, foul called there on number 22, Blaine Rudd. That'll be his first and the team's second.
And for the Kings, number 20, Nate Jones.
And I just realized I've missed turnovers already.
I think there's been maybe 3, 4.
Yeah. Stats and I
don't
don't get along the best. I almost can't think that fast. All right, Hunter Shane Love now outside the three-point line, driving towards the paint. Goes up for the shot, draws the foul. Calling the foul there on number 3, Easton Good. His first, team third already. Just a couple minutes gone off the clock, and they're halfway to putting the Comets into bonus territory.
That's good. That's another thing that definitely makes or breaks the team. Free throws.
Yeah.
There's been so many games that have been lost due to free throws.
And Hunter's not able to complete both of those. Good for 1 and 1. Number 12, Isaac Chambers across the line, sends it over to Easton Good, top of the key. Good drives into the paint, puts it up. We had 4 Comets go up for that rebound.
It's out on White.
I'm amazed that 4 of our 5 guys were in the paint to go up for that rebound. Just everything's so tightly packed right now.
Yeah, if you would have watched, the Kings didn't really crash the boards. All the Comets were in the paint, and they should have had the rebound. They just couldn't get their hands on it.
All right, ball down at the low post in the hands of number 42. Sends it up to number 12 at the top of the key. That's Isaac Chambers. Over to number 20, Nate Jones. Back up to Easton Good. And Mike Rand sending it out of bounds, blocking a pass.
Mike has had several, he's got his hands on several balls.
He's been really dominant this season so far. It was awesome to watch him come out in the first game and just out of nowhere, it's Mike Rand's with the rebound, Mike Rand's with the steal. So.
And they've been putting him at the top, guarding like the top people, and you wouldn't necessarily think he would be at the top guarding necessarily guards.
Isaac Rudd putting the Kings on the board with a three-pointer just a moment ago. Inbounded up to Hunter Shanelob at the top of the key. Kicks it over to Mikey Rands, who's going to send it to Luke Lau at the corner. Back up to Rands, who's going to hand it to Klein at the volleyball line.
Oh, that's
steal
a steal
there. It's going to go in for a layup there. That's number 3, Easton Good. Bringing the Comets lead down to 2. Klein kicking it back to Lau, who's going to bring it across the timeline. Lau at the volleyball line looking for a play, sends it over to Wyatt Brummett. Back to Lau with 3. In and out. Rebound by the Kings. Number 3, Easton Good, driving into the paint, send it back up to the top of the key. Three-pointer, and it's good. Three-pointer for Blaine Rudd. That's his second. 100% there from the three-point line right now, and gives the Kings their first lead of the basketball game with 4:08 remaining in the first quarter. Cam Klein getting tripped there by number 3, Easton Good. I think that's going to be his second foul.
Fouls on number 3, Easton Good, his second. Team fourth, 22, Jesse Rock Wolf in for the Comets.
And Jesse Rock Wolf coming in to relieve Cameron Klein for a few minutes. Wyatt Brummett sending it in to Mike Rands. I think Wyatt got away with a few bonus steps there. He's going to send it to Luke Lau. He's going to take a jumper from the high shoulder, bringing the lead back to the Comets. Comets not playing a full court press in this first quarter. And I'm going to guess that that's going to be because they've watched some film and decided it's not going to work. But Mike Rands getting his hand in on that. No, just can't quite get both hands in there to complete the steal. But he's breaking the Kings' momentum, making them rethink. Comets now, looks like a 3-2 zone.
Oh,
and Mike Rands now, there's a steal. He's he's going to draw the foul.
It was the foul.
And I'm going to guess he's going to that line for the and one.
That could easily have been called for a travel, though.
They could have. Foul there was on Nate Jones.
Not happy about that one.
That was his first, team fifth. And we've got number 14, Garrett McLeland, back in for the Kings. Let's see if Rands can put the and one on. I think he was 80% last Tuesday from the free throw line.
Comets are usually good about putting the ball in on free throws.
Off the back, and the Kings blocking out with that rebound. Three-pointer there, in and out.
Oh.
That was Blaine Rudd trying to get his third three for the evening. Another three-pointer for the Kings, off the rim.
There we go. We have Brummett with
about got
the
tripped
inbounds.
there. Over to Rands. Rands going to send it into the paint and send it over Shanelow, and gets a two from the post.
That was beautiful.
Nice dish across. All of the Kings went up with Mike, and Hunter had a free little bank shot there from the low post. Easton good, looking to set up the play. He's going to drive into the paint, puts it up. It's no good, and Hunter Shanelow with that rebound.
Oh.
Luke Lau under pressure, sends it over to Wyatt Brummett. 2:23 left in the first quarter. Brummett in trouble at the volleyball line. He's going to send it over to Mike Rands, who's going to hold it and just slow the game down a little bit. That was one thing Coach Davis said last week. The guys aren't used to having a lead, and he could tell that at the end of the last game. So the guys struggle there to
and that just came off Wyatt's foot there.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
But Coach Davis was saying one thing that we're going to work on this week was slowing the game down because it's not always a rush game, especially if you're ahead. Rockwolf now, three-point line. He's going to send it down to Mike Rands at the post. Rands went up for a layup and kind of got hit, went out of bounds. And the officials have called that out on the Kings. I feel like that could have gone either way there.
There was about 3 people on Rands that he turned into. They hit it up there.
Beautiful pass-in bank shot there for Hunter Shanelow. That's his third low post field goal of the evening already. Bad pass in for Lewis Cass there. Rockwolf getting into there, sends it to the paint to Hunter Shanelow, but can't quite complete that basket.
It would have been a better look if you would have seen Mark first. I think that's where he was trying to get it to go originally, because Mark was down on the post and he was open, but by the time you see it open, it's no longer open because the game is moving so fast.
Oh, absolutely.
It's one of those things you have to know it's going to be there.
Yeah, very fast basketball tonight. 65 seconds left in the first quarter, and we're sitting at 15-10. Definitely a higher scoring first quarter than we had last Tuesday. We've got Coach Burkett calling timeout. Super frustrated with that. So we're going to let him talk strategy with his guys while we step away for this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Caston Comments on RTC TV4. We have 56.5 seconds left in the first quarter where the Comets lead the Kings 15-10. Kings sending the ball back in after that cast timeout. We've got Garrett McLeland up at the volleyball line, sending it down to number 42, Carson Vest. Up to 14 and 3. That's McLeland again. Down to Rudd. He was open at the three-point line. The Comets have learned you can't leave him open out there. He's got a good look. That's off the mark. We've got an offensive rebound on that, though. Rudd now 33 or 50% from the three-point line. Not as good as he was looking. And I think, yes, Smith there planting his feet nicely. Wait.
There's a block.
Scratch that.
Block.
Misread that call. I thought he had his feet planted and drew the. So that's already Mark's second foul since he's been in.
Comets only have 2 fouls too, so
He owns them both.
All of them.
If I remember right, he fouled out last week. First shot there by number 14, McLeland, is up and good. Second shot up.
That's good.
Nice block out by the Comets, but to no avail. Luke Lau back to Smith, who's going to send it to Rockwolf. Or that's not Mark Smith, that's Hunter Shanelau. Hunter trying to dish it down to the corner, gets knocked out of bounds by number 20, Nate Jones.
Cass is putting on a small press here, and hopefully the boys can pull it out, but some of their guys are definitely bigger than ours, which that can also make
Lau
or break a
driving
game.
into the paint and gets it stripped away. We got a buzzer beater off the mark. Who was that? Was that number 20? Put it up for a three-point attempt at the buzzer. Didn't quite get it. Well, while they're getting ready for the second quarter, we're going to step away for this word from our sponsors on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Welcome back to tonight's coverage where the Caston Comets are playing host to the Lewis Cass Kings here on RTC TV4. Going into the second quarter, the Comets with a 3-point lead, 15-12. Very exciting first quarter. There wasn't any moment where we could have wished for more basketball happening on the floor. All right, ball in play to Luke Lau. Bringing it into Comets territory. He's going to send it over to Cameron Klein. Tried to put it into the high post to Mike
going
Rance.
for that dive.
Mike just putting everything on the line there, sacrificing skin and everything.
Not the best start for the second quarter, but sometimes it starts off a little rough. We'll get back into the groove of things.
Absolutely. As long as we can keep turnovers under control and keep a hold of some rebounds, we'll be all right. Three-pointer off the back of the rim. That was number 3, Easton Good. According to my probably messed up stats, he's 0 for 2 from the three-point line. There's Cam Klein, way over. Put just too much power behind that. Got McLeland kicking it out to number 22, Blaine Rudd, who's open at the three-point line.
Is that his third three for this game?
It is. Just trying to see what the whistle was.
22, Jesse Rock Wolf back in for the comment.
They brought Jesse
Yeah,
in.
but yes, that's his third 3 out of 5 attempts.
I'm surprised the comments haven't tried to put someone on him.
Yeah, a modified zone with man-to-man on him.
Or at least followed him a little harder.
I know we had to do that against the guy who was wearing number 2 last week. Luke Lau with that layup attempt. It was no good. But we had to go man-to-man against that, though. One young man last week with modified zone. Good goes up for a layup attempt. It was off the mark. Luke Lau now bringing it across the timeline. Looks like Coach Davis telling him to slow it down just a little bit.
So now they're to a tied ball game. Tensions always get high when it's
absolutely
close.
Shane Love from the low post off the mark.
Oh.
I'm surprised that wasn't called a foul there.
He went right between the
I thought that I saw Hunter or Mike's hand right his arm, but you know,
he might have, but
you get away with some, you get called for some that were silly. Lau just across the timeline, stolen when he tried to pass it over to Rands, and then that's number 14 McClellan laying it in.
What I don't understand is for their press breaker, they take about 2 dribbles and then they go to pass it back. But Cass has started to pick up on that, and they're cheating to that back player.
Right. Yeah. If you develop a tell and you get into a pattern, a good team's always going to watch for that pattern.
Oh, that was a good
little
pass.
Hook pass down to the post to Hunter Shainlove.
Oh.
Takes it up, puts it in, and drew a foul there.
Foul number 13, Hunter Shainlove, his first, team third.
Oh.
Hunter came down on the...
Got it.
I don't really know what happened exactly, other than I just saw a player go down.
Well, McClellan sending it over to number 20, Nate Jones. And out of bounds there.
Very rarely do you hear that people get fouls on an offensive play.
Right, with it not just being a charge.
Yeah.
Down to the corner to Luke Lau is going to dish it down to the low post to Jesse Rockwell. He didn't get a foul. Puts it in, ties up the game at 17. 5:06 remaining in the first half. Kings passing it around the three-point line. Got number 3, Easton Good, driving into the paint. He's going to fade back for a jumper. It's
same team, same team.
All right, ends up as an out of bound on the Kings. That was
Back in for the Kings, number 12.
that was exciting.
Sometimes I can relate basketball to cats playing with a yarn.
Yes.
And it just bounces around everywhere and no one can actually catch it and hold on to it.
I'm kind of surprised that Wyatt didn't drive on over the timeline there. Mike Rand's trying to send it cross court down to Luke Lau in the corner. Goes out of bounds. They'll turn it back over to the Kings. Kings now number 12, Isaac Chambers across the timeline. He's at the volleyball line, looking for his play, sends it down to Rudd. Rudd over to Good. Good back up to the top of the key to number 12, Chambers. Nice spin move into the high post.
And
they're going to kick it out to the three-point line, and it's good. Oh, and a shove there. We're going to...
Oh, wow.
So Jones gets that 3, and then he's going to be called for a flagrant, it looks like.
Fouls on number 20, Nate Jones, his second, team 6.
It looks like Rock Wolf went to block him out, and he was not
I think it was
having
actually after the shot.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just...
I think that's what happened, was maybe he went to block him out,
Well, everything's been close. It's been a fast game. Tensions are going to start getting high. And, of course, the refs are going to start calling just absolutely every little thing. Down to the low post, Hunter Shainlaw puts it in for 2.
Pass there.
Assist to Luke Lau.
Lau with several assists tonight. He's really stepping in this season to kind of become that all-around player that we lost with Brandon Kinzer. Foul out here on the floor. I didn't see who.
I think it's good that Luke is stepping up, and he's also looking for shots, but he's also seeing other people as shooters too. So he passes it in. He's given Hunter tons of shots.
Yeah, he's always passing it. He's looking for that good shot. First shot there by Easton Good is up and in. Unfortunately, that was a bad foul. It's going to let the Kings have an at-ease opportunity to stretch their lead out. Good with the second shot. Off the front of the rim.
Kings with the rebound.
Taking it in, no good. Hunter Shainlaw bringing down that rebound.
That was a rough
And we're going to have another foul
there.
called against Hunter Shainlaw. It's his second. And they're going to give Hunter just a little bit of a break and let Mark Smith come in.
This is a very physical game, but you can't really see what exactly happens. All you see is someone pulling away, someone getting more fired up.
We've got a reach-in foul there. I think it was on Mike Rands. Yeah.
33.
They're going to call that. And we're now, the comments are now, well, actually both teams, 1 foul away from sending their opponent to the line for bonus shots. And once again, the referees are just getting more and more nitpicky as the game gets more physical, gets more tense. They're gonna call everything just to prevent tensions from getting too high.
And it might get to the point though that what I've seen from a lot of our games is they start picking and choosing certain things and only choose the more severe fouls. So little things will start getting away, and which will fire up the crowd.
Right.
And then everything is tense.
Absolutely. All right. We've got a three-pointer there by number 20.
Oh, no one was there to block him out. He got that.
McClellan,
14.
gets that follow-up. Across the timeline. That was a foul. The refs let him get away with that. That's okay. And that was a bad pass. That's not okay.
That's a foul.
Not on Wyatt. Foul there on Wyatt Brummett. Again, I think he was frustrated. He felt that hit. He actually took a hit that didn't get called, and then he got called for a foul. I'm sure he's really frustrated. Coach Davis is gonna let him cool off a little bit. We're sending Cam Klein in. And Rudd now at the line for 1-and-1. Shots up, and it's good. He'll get a second look.
The Kings have hit most to all of their free throws.
Actually, I show the Kings being 4 for 5. Not that that's not potentially wrong, but they're definitely up 2 right now. And they're just stretching that lead out.
I just hope the game doesn't come down to free throws, because there have been a lot of fouls. And that's out of bounds on White.
And, well, right now we're sitting at 4 turnovers to 3 against the Comets. Coach Davis going to have some words with them, try to talk some strategy. We're going to step away for this word from our sponsors on RTC TV4.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the Caston Comets on RTC TV4. 2:35 left in the first half. The Kings have stretched a lead out. They're now leading 25-19 over the Comets. And we were just talking off air. It is becoming a very physical game. And right now, the Comets are leading in turnovers, not by a lot, but I feel like that between fouls and turnovers, that's really showing in that board. Nice pass block there by Mark Smith.
One thing I do notice very well about the guys' team is they talk.
Yeah.
Talking is a big part of basketball, especially in defense. It screws up the other player's offense.
Right.
Oh,
and they're going to call that. That was a nice shot attempt there by Mike Rance from the post. It was just a little off. He got the rebound, sent it out, and Luke Lau getting smashed into the bleachers there. Foul's going to be against Blaine Rudd. Blaine Rudd, who just put 2 points on the board before the break for the Kings. So we're going to see if Luke can answer those. Shots up, rolls in. Doesn't matter if it bounces around or if it's nothing but net. Points are points.
As long as it goes in. And currently, looking at the score, they need it to go in.
They do, but it's still only a 2 to 3 possession game. Shots off. And
out on blue.
Okay, I wasn't sure they weren't going to call a foul there on Jesse Rock Wolf for that block out. Ball's in to Mike Rands. Mike looking for someplace to send it, sends it up to Rock Wolf at the top of the key. Back to Lau. Lau almost dropped it down in the low corner of the three-point line. He's back to the volleyball line. Heavy defense being played there by Chambers. Over to Klein. Klein's going to send it back up to Rands near the volleyball line. Rands handing it off to Rock Wolf to send it back down to Klein. Heavy defense being played by the Kings.
And
there's turnover there, but they're going to turn it back over with that wasteful down-court pass. You know, we saw several of those last week from Lakeland Christian. Instead of making smart, short passes, they were doing corner-to-corner passes across the whole court and getting turnovers. Klein, I'm surprised he didn't get called for a travel on that. Kings fans not happy about it.
Oh, wow, there, he pulls out.
And
travel.
Rock Wolf going to get called with the travel on the way to the basket.
It was a very good move.
Honestly, Klein got away with sliding that pivot foot pretty far.
But back to the cross-court passes. Those can be very helpful when it comes to fast breaks.
Right. But
especially if you have your posts down there.
It's one of those, it's like you said, you've got to know it's coming and be where it needs to be, because otherwise it's just wild. It's the polar opposite of those floater passes that get picked off so frequently. But, it's two sides of the same coin. All right. Oh, Rudd out there, open at the three-point line, off the mark. And nice rebound attempt there. It's going to go off of Mike Rands.
Number 3, Wyatt Brummett back in for the Comets.
It always amazes me when guys can do that. They can grab the ball, turn around, and proceed to throw it.
While they're all still in the air.
Yeah, I don't know how they can do that. I'm usually in the air and
all right,
trying to still figure out what I'm doing.
That's going to be another foul against Wyatt Brummett. Oh, no. That was on Luke Lau. It's team 8, so we're going to have potentially a couple shots there from the free throw line from McClellan. And we've got Hunter Shainlaub going back in place of Mark Smith. Under a minute now left here in this first half. Kings still with a 5-point advantage. Off the front of the rim. Comets with the rebound.
We need to make smart passes here.
And that was out off of Brummett. Having a hard time against that pressure. Couldn't make a good pass happen to get it cleared. Ball in play to good.
Oh, that was a travel.
Nice three-point look. Unfortunately, you've got to stop and plant before you
go.
Or you've got to dribble while you're going. Ball over to Mike Rands, back to Lau. Lau down to the corner to Brummett, who was ready for it. Back up to the volleyball line to Rands. Rands going to drive into the paint. Ref, you should have called something, but we'll take the points.
Sometimes it's better for the refs not to call it, so just in case they call it before
the shot was let go. 14 seconds, now 12, now 10. That should have been a drive, or it wasn't.
Comets rebound.
Two-point attempt there from the paint, down to the post. Mikey Rand's going to put it in right before the buzzer. Now that's the kind of buzzer beater you take. From down at the low post, you don't have to worry about some
and there was
no
Lewis
percentage
pass around either.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about some no percentage opposite volleyball shot. You take it from down to the post. All right, we're going to step away for a quick word from our sponsors. We're going to come back with some halftime stats. And you're watching Commons Ball here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back to your live coverage of Caston Comets basketball here on RTC TV4. We are in halftime, and just looking over real quick, and again, I can guarantee you that my stats are not right, but we definitely saw in the second quarter Comets led in turnovers, and across the whole first half, Lewis Cass has led on shot attempts. Not by a huge margin, but by enough that it's obvious that the Comets' accuracy has really helped with the fact that there's only a 1-point deficit here at the halftime. So, very aggressive basketball. There were a lot of little things people got away with. I saw little fouls that slid. I saw some travels that slid, and I know that's always going to happen. The officials are just human, but it's definitely a fast-paced, aggressive game tonight. So the officials are definitely going to have to be on their A game to prevent tempers from being too high. So that second quarter, though, we went in with a Comets lead and we went out with a Comets deficit. There's no question, that was Lewis Cass's second quarter. Not so much, though, that I could say I would hate to be in the Comets locker room here at halftime. There have been those games, and it's like, I'm glad I'm not in the locker room right now.
I know how those feel. It's always like you dread halftime. You just don't want to go in because you're scared of what's going to happen. But, they were still in it. If they were even down by 5 like they were earlier, not only 2 minutes ago, like, they're still in the game. A lot can happen in the span of 5 minutes. I mean,
and we've got 2 quarters left, so it's definitely still anybody's ball game. The Comets definitely looking at quarter 2. The Comets have to get their turnovers under control, and they need to keep that shot accuracy where they've had it. And really, the only other thing I can see, and I haven't been tracking rebounds because I'm doing well to track what I do track. but the Comets need to be a little bit more aggressive on those rebounds. So,
and they get a lot of touches down on Lewis Cass's side, but they just can't quite grab it. They usually end up running into each other is what I've seen most, is they get in each other's way, bat it to the side, and Lewis Cass picks it up from the three-point line.
Yeah, there have been several of those where instead of one person down at the post to dominate or two people down at the post to dominate and block out, we've got the two from the low post and the two from the high post who are all going up for the same rebound. They bounce off of each other, and then Lewis Cass ends up with the basketball. So, well, we have about 5.5 minutes here. Unfortunately, I would have loved for Coach Woodhouse to come up so we could talk about the JV Comets win. But unfortunately, he does have obligations with the varsity team, so he's in the varsity locker room right now. So we have just a few more minutes until we start into the second half action. So if you're at home, I'm going to invite you to go refresh that drink and that popcorn and join us back here in about 5 minutes as we get underway with second half basketball. You're watching the Comets here on RTC TV4. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I hope you didn't have your TV cranked up saying, why is it so quiet? I just blew out your speakers. Halftime now coming to a close as we go into third quarter action. Caston Comets going to start the third quarter with the ball. Down just by 1. We do hope not to start the quarter the way we started the second. Ball in play to Cam Klein. Back up to Mike Rands, who's going to kick it over to Luke Wow. Over to Brummett. Brummett doesn't have a clean look. Send it down to the post to Shane Laub. Shane Laub down to the opposite post to Mike Rands, who gets stuffed from behind.
I think Shane Laub probably should have taken that one. He was
under triple coverage, though, so.
But I think he could have gotten up above them.
Possibly.
More likely.
Possibly. Mike Rands really has been very dominant from the post, though, in the last game and a half.
He seems to be playing.
Bad pass attempt over to Cam Klein. Goes right up through his hands and out of bounds. Anyway, no, Mike Rands really almost coming into like a team captain mentality this season.
He definitely plays every position. I've seen him bring the ball down. He's been there for that. He's also been down in the post.
Open post shot there by number 42, Carson Vest. He doesn't quite make it.
He was wide open there, too.
And the Comets there with the rebound. Lau sending it up to the top of the key. Cam Klein getting a couple of steps, and he gets the basket.
It was almost like Lewis Cass went on pause there for a second. He just went right on in there.
I've got to say, though, when I was in high school, that would have been a travel.
Really?
Yeah, they would have called it an up and down. You get a couple extra hops now that you didn't used to get in basketball. Drive there by Vest. He makes up for that layup he just missed. Kings now with a 1-point advantage. Lau looking to get it across the timeline. Nice double pass down to Klein. He's going to put it up and draw the foul.
It's a good take. It was a good look. That was a very nice pass into Klein.
Foul was on number 22, Blaine Rudd. That is his third, team first this half. Klein puts up his first. It's off the back of the rim.
It's a little flat. He needs
a little bit more arch. My coaches, when I was young, used to tell me, reach into that cookie jar.
That's what my coaches try to tell me. I don't often shoot the ball, though, because...
Heck of a ball handler. And again, a little flat on that.
They're really pushing the ball up the floor now, going for the layups.
I am really surprised that that was not called a foul on anybody for either team. That was an interesting pass. We'll take it. Klein tries to do a nice bounce pass down to Shane Laub at the low post and gets knocked out of bounds.
The game has definitely sped up a lot. The Kings are pushing it a lot more often.
Well, the Kings were projected nice lay in there by Shane Laub. I think, though, that the Kings were looking to come in and win by some 20 points, and they're not getting that tonight. Vest there with the travel. And Coach Josh Burkett down here not looking happy about it. Just a little red in the face. Like I said, I think that the Kings were planning to come into this game tonight and absolutely dominate, and they weren't looking for the Comets team that they're seeing here tonight. Once again, it's a different feel from the Comets than what we had last season. Pass attempt by Brummett straight into the arms of number 12, Isaac Chambers.
Brummett probably should have driven that one in, but I mean, I know how hard it is to be able to get that look to pass it and to shoot. It's not always, it always seems a lot more packed than it looks.
Right. Number 12 there, Chambers, kind of riding on Mike Rands with that shoulder. Pass into the paint to Chambers, who's going to lay it in for two. You know, my stats might be wrong, but I have that as Chambers' first shot attempt of the game. And it was a good one, so, you know. And Brummett managing to send that out off of Lewis Cass. Mike Rands is going to send it in up there at the half-court line. Lau in the backcourt, bringing it across, looking for his play. Sends it over to Rands at the three-point line. Rands is going to drive down to the low post, kick it back up to Shane Lau at the three-point line. Back down to Rands in the corner. Rands about gets it picked off.
Ooh.
Pass into Wyatt. Brummett, and that he had a hold of it, and then as he dribbled, he just, his foot was in the way. And turn it over to the Kings. Kings now dishing it into the paint, and it's good there. That was number 14, McLeland for 2.
It was a very clean play. I'll give that to them.
That was, yeah. Looked just like they knew how to do that play.
They've really stepped up their defense. I don't know where this was the first 2 quarters, but they're playing the Comets a lot harder than they were.
Yeah,
it's just a much faster game, much more intense.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it's full on man-to-man or if we've got a zoned man-to-man, but they're playing very tight defense. They're making it hard for the Comets to move the ball around, and then that's forcing turnovers there.
Yeah, like you said earlier,
Number
I think
3
they
driving it down. Easton
believe
good.
they come in here and just blow us out, and then we were competing, and so that I think could probably have taken them by surprise, and now they're kind of in their zone more.
Yeah, Lau trying to pass it down to Shane Lau, gets turned over. And they're really getting in the way there and snagging these passes in a way that they did not in the first half. And again, it may have been an unpleasant halftime in the Kings locker room. It reminds me of that game, I think it was against Manchester last year for the Lady Comets. It was the JV game. We televised, we had a carry there. We televised the varsity game, but we were setting up during the JV game, and their JV coach was he called a timeout to just scream at their JV girls. Not that they weren't winning. They were winning by double digits. But he's like, you should be embarrassing this team. And I was just like, what? Where is that in the sportsmanship that the ISHAA wants? Cam Klein getting away with a little bit of a hop. Send it over to Luke Lau, who's open at the three-point line. Just a little long.
What you said about sportsmanship, I see it a lot as everyone believes in the sportsmanship and the meaning of that until they step on the court and feel the pressure of the game. Because, I mean, all the refs, the captains go and they say it, you know, I want a good, clean game. But that's a timeout.
All right. Well, we will step away here for this word from our sponsors on RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Comets basketball on RTC TV4. Blair Zimmerman being joined here tonight by Aubrey Degg. We are sitting with 2:53 left in the third quarter here, where the Lewis Cass Kings are winning 35-28. Still only a 7-point ball game. That's as little. It's definitely 3 possessions.
Easily.
But, you know, put 3 3-pointers in, and now you've got the lead. Sounds easy from up here. Down to the paint, or the high corner at least. Mike Rands putting it up for 2. It was good and drawing the foul. Foul there was on number 14, McClellan. That's his first. It's really been a fairly clean half, though. We've only got 2:40 left in the third, and that was just the third team foul for the half. Mike Rand so far is, well, he's actually 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Easton good there. He stumbled a little bit, still managed to put it in for the layup. Maintaining that 7-point Kings lead. Comets there just about didn't get it past the 5-second line.
Oh.
And a bad pass down to the paint. It's going to be another turnover.
No.
Or no, it's going to be a foul.
Ball.
Foul there on number 42, Carson. That's what happens. If you're from Lewis Cass territory and this is your first time watching a game I'm calling, I butcher everybody's names.
Even mine, and I have run under him for a long time.
Yeah, she's been my athlete now for about 4 years, in spring and the fall. All right, Mikey Rands at the top of the key. Hey, I'm just surprised I haven't called him Matt Rands yet this season. Of course, it is only the second game. All right, down to Jesse Rockwolf. He's going to send it into the low post to Hunter Shainlaub, who's going to put it in.
Assist to Rockwolf.
Carson Vest, or not Carson Vest, Isaac Chambers across the timeline. Both those numbers end in a 2. You got to drive into the paint, put it up, and attempt there by Easton Good is no good.
Oh.
And a Comets turnover. We're going to try that again, and it's no good.
Ooh.
That was a attempt by McClellan. Kings fans a little upset about that not being called over the back. It was, however, clean. There was no contact. 3-point attempt, in and out.
Who are they going to call that on?
Foul there on number 12, Isaac Chambers. He is not happy about that. Not happy about that at all. It looked like he was going to pull off his shirt and fight. Mark Smith in, going to give Mike Rands a minute to rest. Actually, it looks like Mike might be bleeding a little bit from the temple. Luke Lau under pressure. He's going to send it over to Cameron Klein. Rockwolf on the sideline, under pressure, tries to give it to Shainlaub. Shainlaub just bounces it off his foot.
They have a very quick trap there at the top there. As soon as they get it across the line, they get it right in the corner. They trap them, and then...
You know something about being trapped along that sideline, don't you?
Oh,
we've seen that a lot. I've noticed this season you're coming to the middle a little bit more. Ooh, nice pass down to the corner. 3-point attempt there by McClelland, off the mark. Kings are going to get their own rebound. And we've got Good driving it in.
Is it a charge?
Foul number 3, Good, his third.
It is a charge. Kings fans were all around us not happy about that call. Wyatt Brummett coming back in, giving Rockwolf a breather. Rockwolf holding a rib. And with the last couple of calls not going their ways, Kings really picking up this defense, turning on the pressure to get it in across the half-court line. Interception there. And they're going to take it down and put it in for 2. That's Chambers.
Coach telling them to
get it across
get
that half-court line. Halftime line, that's not it. Heavy. Oh, and number 3, Easton Good with a steal there.
Oh.
I'm surprised that the student section didn't come up with that chant of air ball. And we had a travel as we went back down.
Kind of looked like his leg went out on him. But
yeah, it
I don't really
did.
know what happened there.
I don't know if we'll have an official timeout off of this or not. Doesn't look like it. Mike Rand's coming back in, going to give Shainlaub a breather. And we're going to have Nate Jones come in and give Easton Good a minute, see what's going on with that leg. I don't know, maybe cramped up, because when he went up for that layup, he didn't even hit rim with that. And again, the ever compassionate student section, I'm surprised that they didn't start in with that air ball chant.
Our student sections have definitely been a lot better this year so far. I'm kind of impressed with how many people have started to show up.
It's only the second game, though. That's going to be a foul on Rands. I know it is. During a shot, we're going to send number 40. We're going to send, who's that, number 42? Yeah, Carson Vest. We're going to send him to the line for a couple. He's going to have a chance here to stretch out this 7-point lead. First shot's up. And that's nothing but net. Second shot up. Looked just about like the first. Rand's looking to send it way down. That's a low percentage pass. Gets it to Shane Laub. He's going to put it up.
Shane Laub wouldn't have fumbled that. It probably would have been in there.
Probably. That, I'll tell you, honestly, there were a lot of turnovers that quarter, but it was very evenly distributed. So we're going to see what the fourth quarter play has for us. Currently, the Kings leading by 9 here on RTC TV4.
That was definitely a very intense quarter.
I had no clue that the quarter was. When I watched Rands lob that ball down, I was like, why is he doing that? I had no idea that the quarter was all but over because so much happened. It was just constant action there.
I mean, coaches were involved, teammates were getting upset. And
oh, yeah.
Even fans were raving over the action.
It's always a little uncomfortable. I realize we're in our home court here, but we're surrounded by the visiting fans, and it can get a little scary sometimes. Student section getting riled up there, being led by Aiden Sarver. Of course, we'll get to see Aiden Sarver and the wrestling team in action a week from tomorrow here on RTC TV4.
Is that the big
That's
six?
The Super 6, yeah.
Super 6.
All right, ball in play, Lewis Cass Kings. We've got Isaac Chambers at the top, looking to make a play, sends it down to McClelland. McClelland's going to put it back up to Jones. Jones back over to Chambers, down to Jones in the corner.
Oh my.
Way down underneath, goes out of bounds. We're going to turn it over, trying to save it. Lau across the timeline now. He's looking to make us play. Now's not the time to slow down the game exactly, though. Make smart passes, but we don't want to go slow. Into the paint to Shane Laub. Shane Laub going up and getting stuffed, something I didn't think I'd say. And it's going to go out off of the Comets. We've got Easton Good back in for the Kings, so good news, Kings fans. That injury is not anything that's too permanent. Chambers across the timeline. Going to kick it down to McClelland. Send it back up to Good. And Mike Rand's trying to get a hold of it before it went out of bounds, but I don't know if the Kings were last to touch it. He should have let him get a backcourt violation. Of course, that's easy to see from up here. You know, when you're on the court, you just think, I got to get that ball. I understand that. I earned a concussion last year in some pickup basketball because I had to get the basketball. And we're going to have a foul here against Mike Rands. That'll be his third if I've got my count right.
Fouls on 33, Mike Rands, his third.
It was his third. It's the team third in the half. Chambers looking to send it into the paint. We're going to have a foul here against Luke Lau. He's trying to reach around there and get a hold of that pass.
Comets are picking up the fouls here at the beginning.
Oh yeah, we're just over a minute into it. We've already had 2. That's half of the Comets foul count for the half. That was Lau's third as well. Not quite what I'd call foul trouble. We're getting close.
Lau with that tip out of bounds.
Comets just not quite being able to get in there and break up those passes. They are, though, breaking the concentration, though, slowing things down. Working on not giving the Kings a good look with a tight 2-3 zone. You just got to be careful trying to reach in for that basketball. Rockwolf now, get with a good block, good pressure. And we've got Lau tipping it over and taking it away from Lewis Cass.
Oh.
Rockwolf in trouble. And he's going to travel trying to dish it over to Mike Rands.
See, that's one of those things that you get the ball going, you got it moving, and you just kind of get caught up in the moment.
Right.
And then you just lose it.
Yeah,
and try and make up for what
all you're
you
seeing
lost.
is that you're in double and triple coverage, and you lose track of the footwork looking for the open man, or you stumble looking for the open man because you can't see around anybody. Kings, I thought we had an open three-point look. That was a nice round-the-world lay-in by McLeland. Comets just now getting across the timeline.
Oh, man.
Bad pass down to Rockwolf and goes out of bounds. Crazy save attempt there by number 22, Blaine Rudd. And so the Comets will keep it down at their end of the ball court. 5:23 left in the game. Kings have stretched their lead out to 11. Luke Lau looking for his play. He's going to send it down to Mike Rands at the three-point line. Rands looking for an open man. Can dribble it. Picks it up, sends it to Shane Love. He's going to bounce it into the low post. And Rockwolf is going to put it in for two. Rockwolf coming up for just a little bit of pressure right at the half-court line. Chambers going to send it over to the corner.
Oh, wow. There's been a lot of charges this game, too.
Yeah.
Not as many blocks, but definitely a lot of charges.
Foul on McClellan, his second, team 6. Next foul, they're going to send a Comet to the line for some bonus points. Ball inbounds to Luke Lau. Heavy coverage here. Comets just working to get it across the timeline. They're definitely having to play a passing game.
Ooh.
Cam Klein gets away with a little hop there, sends it down to the low post to Shane Laub. I think Shane Laub's going to draw that foul. Yeah.
Foul on 13 on Shane Laub, his third.
Excuse me. That was Shane Laub's third. We have several Comets now. We're sitting on 3 fouls. Comets playing a little bit more pressure. And we've got another charge there. Rockwolf is just doing a really good job of planting his feet and taking the charge.
If you think back, he definitely did drop his shoulder too. He definitely went into him. I've seen that a lot actually. When they would go to drive, they would just drop their shoulder and go. It was just whether we could get our feet set enough.
Absolutely. Klein hands it off to Lau. Lau tried to send it over the top, back to Klein. He's going to turn it over instead. I've definitely missed at least the last 4 turnovers here.
Again, that is why I am not doing stats.
Oh, I'm just barely doing stats. All right, good. Across the timeline, he's at the top of the key. He's looking to make a play. Klein would have been a little quicker. He could have gotten a hold of that. He just Good, just let it bounce away. Down to the corner to Rudd. Rudd's going to drive baseline. Nice looking jumper. He just couldn't quite.
22 trying to get the steal there.
We're going to have we're either going to have a recovery or a backcourt violation. Cam Klein trying to get that block. He fouls instead.
Foul on number 12, Cam Klein, his second.
So Good's going to get the 2. He'll go to the line for potentially in 1.
Good. He's in line for 1 shot.
I've got Good tonight, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. And that's 2 for 3. Lau sends it back to Rands. Rands back to Lau across the timeline. Nice pick set there by Shane Lau, back up near the half-court line to Rands. Rands not able to get his hands behind the basketball and just kind of does a nasty lob to nobody.
Into the Comets, number 20, Cade Zider.
Cade Zider getting some varsity time here for the Comets. Wyatt Brummett back in.
Do we only have 1 freshman on the varsity lineup this year?
See, no, Sam Smith has gotten some varsity time. Mad scramble for the basketball. That's going to be out off the Comets. Anyway, to answer your question, I know Sam Smith has gotten some varsity time. And
looks like the ref
Cade's
is
out there.
talking to 2 of our players.
Oof. Well, we're going to let them have this full timeout. We're going to step away for a word from our sponsors. You're watching Comets basketball on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
All right, welcome back. We have just a little less than half of that full timeout left. Aubrey, you were saying off air, it's been a very physical game. I remember last quarter, or maybe it was earlier this quarter, call didn't go the way that Isaac Chambers was wanting. I thought he was going to strip off his jersey. And it's just been a lot of reach around fouls, trying to get steals. It's just, I'm almost surprised that it hasn't gotten more angry physical than what it has. You know, I think back to the Winnemac girls game last year and how physical that got.
Oh, that was.
And I'm glad to see that this hasn't devolved to that point. All right, McClellan now up at the volleyball line. He's going to hand it off to number 12, Isaac Chambers. And I think we're going to have a foul there on Luke Lau. He was riding Chambers' jersey pretty hard.
I didn't see him touch him, though.
Nah, he had his hand. He had his hand on his chest. That's Lau's 4th. That counts as foul trouble where I come from, which is just down the road a piece of Logan Sports. So I know it counts as it here. So we've got Chambers at the line. He's going to get 1 and 1. Shots up, and it's good. He'll get a second one.
Again, they hit their free throws.
And they're stretching that lead out. I mean, it's not been turnovers so much this quarter. It's been fouls. Comets came into this quarter I think they had 1 foul, maybe 2. And then they've just run them up. Second shot up, and it went right in. And then
that was almost out of bounds there. Almost went right through Lau's hands.
Back and forth between Lau and Rands. We're going to send it down to Zyder at the three-point line. Zyder's going to send it back up to Lau. Lau almost got kind of a carry on that. He's going to send it down to the low post. Shane Lau is going to put it in for 2.
And they're trying to do a small press here.
I'm almost surprised that Rockwolf didn't get called with a charge there. We had a foul. Foul was on Luke Lau. He's not happy about it because he's leaving tonight's ball game.
But he definitely played good. I know how it feels to be in such a close game, such intensity, and then just be out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do anything to help him anymore. And
good at the line for 1 and 1. He is 2 for 3 tonight, 3 for 4 tonight. 75% is not a terrible free throw percentage, and he's going to look to put it up to 80 here. Second shot
just
in and out. Comets with the rebound.
Looks like Cameron Klein.
Kind of trying to step in for Lau. About half surprised I don't have Wyatt Brummett bringing the ball down. He's a pretty decent ball handler. We're going to send it back over to Mike Rands. He's outside the three-point line, looking for an opportunity. He's in double coverage. He's going to send it over to Cade Zyder, who puts it up for 3. Well, how about that? Going to be a freshman come in on the varsity line and put 3 in. Well, we've had a timeout called. We're going to step away for this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back. Kings just getting the ball across the half-court line as that commercial drew to a close. We're going to send it in for 2 there, 2 more for Easton Good. Easton Good been dangerous down there with that layup tonight. Comets back and forth just over that, just past the timeline. Brummett losing that dribble. McClellan takes it down. The Kings are just probably going to slow it down now. They've got a healthy 12-point lead. Comets definitely having to step up their aggression. I don't know that we've got 93 seconds left in the game. Kings just need to pass it around, and the Comets know that, so they've got to play very aggressive, very tight defense, trying to make the Kings make a mistake. Good, going to drive into the paint, back out.
Looks like they're trying to get the charges now.
Yeah, didn't work out. Cam Klein gets his 3rd foul, and he's going to send Good back to the line for 2. Mike Rand's coming back in.
Good at the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Oh, excuse me, 1 and 1. I was off my foul count by 1. But these are the foolish points. And that one was good. No pun intended. You know, there's a saying that any foul is a good foul, but we both know there's good fouls and bad fouls. And drawing a foul when you're trying to draw a charge, that's when you're already down, not necessarily a good foul. Mike Rams, I'm surprised he didn't get called for a backcourt violation on that. He's going to send it to Shane Laub. Foul there was on 22, Blaine Rudd. That's his 4th.
Team 8. Shane Laub at the line with 1 shot.
Shane Laub, he's going to see if he can get an and 1 on this. It's up and one.
We have the other freshman coming in.
We've got Joey Spin coming in for some varsity floor time. I think he might have had some varsity play last week. I don't remember. Of course, if you're at home, you can go back and watch that footage on rtc4.com. Send me an email and tell me if I was right or wrong. All right, down to McClelland. Under a minute left in the game.
That was an intense foul there.
Foul here on Jesse Rockwolf. That's his first, though. I mean, how about saving your first foul until less than a minute left?
14, McClelland.
He's going to send McClelland to the line for two. McClelland is 2 for 3 tonight. Shots up, and it's good.
33, Mike Grant back into the comments.
And that's Joey Spin going out. So you got a good 30 seconds.
I'm just a little salty at Joey for not running cross for me this year. And McClelland's second shot up and in. And Lewis Cass calling a full timeout. So we're going to step away for just a couple words here on RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 52.5 seconds left in this ball game. It's being led by Lewis Cass Kings, 55-42. They've really stretched out a lead in the second half. Down to Cade Zider with a three-point attempt and just got stuffed. He thought he had an open look. I mean, kudos to him for taking it. He had a defender, though, flying in from the side. We're going to send it in to Shane Laub. We send it back to Cade Zider. He chambers a three, fakes it out, goes in for a shorter two. He's off the mark there. Kings with the rebound, and we're going to have a silly foul there on Cam Klein.
They're to the point in the game, though, that they're purposely fouling. That's what it's coming to. They're trying to get him to the line, except this is a very good free throw
the Kings
shooting.
are hitting their free throws.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually the strategy.
Chambers is 2 for 2. I mean, I only have like 3 or 4 misses from the free throw line from all of the Kings tonight. This is not the team to foul and send to the line. And, again, that's 4 for 4 from the line there from Chambers. 30 seconds left in the game. I'm not seeing us make up a 15-point deficit. Into the high post to Shane Lau. About gets stripped. We're going to have a foul there on number 42, Carson Vest. And we'll send Shane Lau to the line for 1-and-1.
Number 9. Shane Lau at the line. With 1 and bonus.
And we get the lucky bounce. It didn't look pretty, but it's a point.
In for the Comets.
And we're going to have a JV sub in for the Comets. And the Kings, it looks like. Kings with a complete line change. We've got Micah Colvin and Joey Spin and Carter C. coming in to join Hunter Shane Laub and Cade Zider.
23 is Trevor Kessler.
It's kind of funny. when you see a team, they do a JV sub in like that, and there's like one play. Second shot good there from Shane Lau. Sam Smith coming in to get some play time. But it's always funny when you see him put in JV team for one play and then pull back out.
Like they get that sliver of hope and then just.
It's like whoa! No, that was too ugly. We can't
too
do
much.
that. Ooh, I'm surprised that wasn't a foul there on Sam Smith. Nice steal there by Cade Zider.
Ooh.
And who are we going to call that out on? That was out off of the Kings.
There's 4.6 seconds left. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this out.
I'm not seeing us getting 13 points in 2.6. Sam Smith, though, trying for 2. It's off the mark.
Nope.
Well, unfortunately, Comets fans, we have Lewis Cass Kings victorious here tonight, 57-44. They didn't end up with that 13-point victory. Not quite the 20-point spread, though, that was being projected. Well, we're going to step away for a few words from our sponsors, and we'll come back with some stats maybe, and then we're going to hear from Comets coach Carl Davis here in a little while after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You were watching Comets basketball here on RTC TV4. We've looked at the stats just a little bit and heard some stats, and Comets, it was really a pretty even point spread until you get to Hunter Shainlaub, who just dominated down in the post tonight, between his post and his 4 free throws, and had 20 points out of the Comets' 44. I'm looking here at turnovers, and I don't feel like there was a huge difference there between turnovers of both teams. Both teams had some sloppy passes, and both teams had some steals, and both teams, missed some rebounds. It really came down to, I feel like, the Comets getting into serious foul trouble in the second half, and then sending the Kings to the line for free throws, and the Kings were, just real quick, 3, 4, 5. Easton Good, it looks like he was 5 for 7. Isaac Chambers was 4 for 4. Garrett McClellan was 4 for 5 from the line. And Blaine Rudd was 2 for 2. Carson Vest was 2 for 2. You can't send a team that shoots free throws like that to the free throw line as frequently as we did there in that fourth quarter. And then you compare that to the Comets. Brummett was 1 for 2 from the line. Lau was 1 for 2. Klein was 0 for 2. Shane Laub looked good. He was 4 for 5. And Rands was 0 for 2. That right there, that was 7 of those 13 points. 7 of those 13 points in that deficit that could have been made up just in free throws alone. I'm not a basketball coach, but I can't help but think that maybe through the course of this next week, the Comets are going to spend some time during practice at the free throw line. So, not sure. Coach Davis is down in the locker room with the guys. We're waiting for him to come up. Aubrey, as a basketball player, What's your take on it? I know you've had some tough losses that were close games that just kind of spread as people got frustrated in the second half. You know the disappointment of being in the locker room right now.
It's one of the things that I'm definitely not going to miss. I mean, going to the locker room on a win is something unreal, but going in on a loss and then especially having to come back out to the people who are still supporting you, it hurts, and you just have a drive to work harder.
Right.
You want to do your best, but it just kind of weighs on you, and you wonder what could I have done better. And like you said, the free throws, we missed a lot of free throws, and I think the game would have turned out a lot different if we would have personally hit our own,
right?
Even early.
Because I think that affects your mental, where you are mentally. When you start, I didn't see anybody. I mean, the Comets played hard, clear to the final buzzer. So I didn't see them give up emotionally. The one person I saw hang their head at all when Luke Lau fouled out, he dropped his head a little bit. He was a little angry. He knew it was a stupid foul to have gotten. But other than that, the Comets played proud tonight. And it was just some crucial errors. There in the second half as the Kings picked up that defense. And again, I can't help but think that when they went into the locker room with only a 1-point lead, their coach, I would imagine, probably lit into them. They were counting on an easy win and something like a 20-point lead tonight. And at halftime, they had a single-point lead. I don't imagine that was a pleasant locker room to be in. And when we came out in that second half, they were playing tighter defense. They were playing a little more man-to-man. And they were double-teaming and trapping people and started forcing turnovers and silly fouls. So at least that's what I saw. I said I'd kind of like to get Coach Davis's take on it, and he'll be up here shortly. And it just kind of goes to that. When you're in the locker room after a win, there's not quite as much to cover, and so he was up here a little quicker last week. So we appreciate you folks at home hanging with us. While we're waiting on him, I do want to remind you, Comets fans, the Lady Comets are at home tomorrow. That's right. Isn't that right, Aubrey? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we will not be covering that here on RTC TV4. So Comets fans, come in and support your Lady Comets here at the Crater. Varsity tip 7:30 tomorrow. I don't have that schedule in front of me. Okay, I'm guessing. Go to CastonCometsAthletics.net and check that out, or I might have that here for you shortly. This week on RTC, this coming week, we will be back next Friday, the 7th, at 7:30 for the Varsity Comets against Carroll, and then a week from tomorrow. That's Saturday, December 8th. It's hard to believe I'm already saying December. But we will be live Saturday morning at 9:30 covering the Caston Varsity Wrestling Super 6 meet. I'm kind of excited about that. I have covered some two-way meets. I have never covered a Super 6. That should be exciting. Hopefully Gavin Hickle is healthy, and maybe Chris Smith. We can have a couple of former wrestlers. They know the sport, and it's always nice to have somebody who knows the sport on the call. And then next Saturday evening with a 7:30 tip, we are covering the Varsity Lady Comets at home against Triton. So plenty of RTC4 Comets sports next week. Again, let me, I have a smart device here. We'll see if, I always forget to have this information ready to go while we're waiting to talk to Coach. That's okay. Everybody at home knows that I'm a bonehead. They've figured this out by this point.
Well, while he gets that ready, I just want to say, as an athlete, it's nice when people tune in and care about your sport, that you show support, and even if it's maybe not exactly how we want it to go, you want it to go, it's always nice to know that you're still supporting us, even when times are rougher, and that support helps us look forward to the next game. So thank you for your support. Please tune in.
Yeah, we do appreciate all of our viewers. Of course, you can go back and watch all of our backlog at rtc4.com. If you're a business owner and you would like to be involved a little bit more directly, you can reach out to video@rtc1.com and get in contact with the advertising department. You can advertise your local business on this hyper-local coverage that we run, produced and supported mostly by students in your schools. We've partnered up with most of the area schools. I'm going to miss some place, and it's not intentional. I just know that we've expanded a lot this year, but we have teams at Pioneer, here at Caston, North Miami, Rochester, Culver Community, Valley, Argus. That's 8. Nope, that's 7. Can't count. I think we have 9. I'm missing a couple of schools here. But we have local teams all over this area. And, of course, speaking of local, we are local, and with Cass here tonight, our hearts just absolutely go out to the Cass County community. Lewis Cass having lost a young lady in that terrible accident just over a week ago. I guess we're coming up on 2 weeks ago now. Logan Sport lost a young man. We've got three high school students from that area who are still recovering from their injuries. So our hearts and thoughts and prayers just go out to those families who are still suffering. Well, we are still waiting on Coach Davis to come up and join us for our post-game interview. So stay tuned. We're going to step away for just another couple quick words from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are, on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us. We're going to give Coach Davis just a couple more minutes to take care of business in the locker room, and still hoping that he'll join us. I know no coach really wants it's easy to do the winning interviews. It's a lot harder when you let the second half slip away from you. So we'll give him just a few more minutes to take care of business there in the locker room before we close it down for the evening. I still haven't seen any of the basketball players come out, so I've not given up hope, ladies and gentlemen, that we'll still have a chance to talk to Coach Carl Davis tonight. Got my fingers crossed. He's always a joy. He's very uplifting, so.
There's mine.
I'm seeing a few players starting to exit the locker room. All right, there's Coach Davis. He's coming on up.
So I'm hanging out to clean up, right?
Yes, please.
All right,
Coach, thanks for joining us. I know it's never easy to have the interview after a tough loss. What's your take on the game tonight?
Well, I thought when the game was in the half court, I thought we executed pretty well. In the second half, especially, they really sped us up, and we allowed them to speed us up. And we played about as fast as we have the last couple years here. But after the game, we just talked about the fact that we want to go quick, but we have to be under control, and that's something we got to get better at. They got a lot of easy baskets off turnovers. We had a lot of live ball turnovers, and obviously that's something we knew coming into the season that we're going to have to work on and get better at. And I think we have the guys in the locker room to do that, but we're going to have to come back tomorrow and get better at that.
Yeah, I can see that. I was looking at turnovers. Lewis Cass had some silly turnovers too. Aubrey and I were talking during the first half. It looked to us looking down at Coach Burkett and the guys on the floor. We felt like they came in here a little cocky. They felt like it was going to be a super easy win for them. And when they went into the locker room at halftime with only a 1-point lead, I feel like that might not have been the most pleasant locker room situation that those guys could have had. And then they came out and they sped it up and they played really tight defense. And they came out, it almost looked like a different team than what they went into the halftime. And our guys just didn't adapt to it. Is that kind of how you felt with that?
Yeah, I think, from an effort perspective, it was definitely there for us tonight. But just from an execution standpoint in the second half and our ball toughness, it wasn't to the level that it has to be able to finish a game off like that and play well in the second half. And it's not going to be a surprise to other teams coming in here that we play later on in our schedule that's going to be the case. And we talked about not only the fact of being able to be comfortable with that pressure and attack that pressure, but make teams that pressure us pay and score on the backside of it. So that's something we have to continue to grow at.
Absolutely. We 100% agree with you that we've got the team in the locker room to do it. Really even point spread as we heard the unofficial scoring after the final buzzer. So it's not a one-man show. Nobody's trying to make it a one-man show. So you guys have the team to do it. We have the coach to do it. I appreciate you coming up here and joining us tonight. And we look forward to seeing you play again next Friday live here on RTC4. Thank you for joining me in the booth.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm Blair Zimmerman. I was joined on up here in the press box for the call tonight by Aubrey Degg, and we had Taylor Duncan on the camera. Always appreciate the crew that I have. They work hard. So join us next Friday as we watch more Caston Comets basketball here on RTC TV4.